Welcome everyone to another video in our Bryan Fundamentals series, where I try to get better at Bryan day by day and bring you along for the ride. Today we are going to continue our mids poking practice series and revisit down 4-2. And the last time that we had a session, we were talking about using jab as like a complement to our pokes. We were using it a lot in this type of situation where we're doing jab into down 2, and if I were to set this bot to block, you'll start noticing that we already have some like weaknesses, specifically with the down 2, right? Down 2 is supposed to track to Bryan's strong side, or weak side rather, which is when you sidestep right to Bryan's left, like this. And it is designed to catch this, but in situations like the jab on block, with someone like June that has like a pretty nice sidestep from what I'm seeing, right? She literally got her back here. That's pretty scary, right? So figuring out where does maybe down 4-2 answer a few of these situations, right? So I have my notes up on the side. I don't know all of these answers either. I'm exploring these along with you, but it would be useful, I think, to go through them and some of the common plus scenarios and figure out where does down 4-2 actually like get kind of reliable. Because the issue with down 4-2 is that down 4-2 has some situations where it's just not consistent, right? Like here, it doesn't work if they sidestep to the right, and most of the time, you see now it gets hit. But if I try and do it multiple times or do it from like multiple distances, you'll start noticing that sometimes the down 4-2 misses. Of course, now I can't make it happen because game's weird. But like I've seen, you gotta trust me. Like we've had streams in the past too where like this will happen and this is just like whiffs every time, right? So it's just something to keep in mind. Maybe if I do that, yeah, just like, see, I don't know what it is about letting her realign one time, but now all of a sudden it's missing, right? So very strange, very bizarre. But the point is that I want to go through some of these situations, figure out where does down 4-2 maybe cover the weaknesses of down 2. How's it going, Matt? Welcome to the stream. It's going quite well. So with that being said, let's start with jab. So if you look at jab is actually kind of interesting because jab on block catches this rather reliably, even though down 2 does not, right? But if they go to the right here, we can pretty reliably, from what I've seen, I haven't seen this whiff yet. You know, famous last words. But so let's go ahead and write that down here. Say jab, hits sidestep left. And what about sidestep right? Whiffs. That makes sense. And we're going to not get super crazy with these notes. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna check how does it do against sidestep left? How does it do against sidestep right? And we'll even we will even probably like abbreviate this more so it doesn't look quite as gross. We'll probably do something like H hit, W whiff. Does a delayed down 2 catch sidestep right? Yes, a little bit. But the problem, like, yes, but it's also like, why, if once you delay it, you throw away your frames. You could also, any move that gets, literally any move that gets stepped, you can, instead of delaying it, you can make it align by throwing in a dash. The dash realign. So like, let's use this as an example, right? Look at how Bryan is standing, right? If I jabbed right now, yes, it's gonna hit, even though this would miss, right? But notice how the alignment of the characters hasn't actually changed. But then if I dash, it kind of realigns a little bit. So if you really wanted to, like, do you see, look at his feet? Like his feet kind of rotate a little bit as he starts moving. So if you really want to like catch someone stepping, you basically dash for the same frames that they're stepping, and then throw out a move, and that will realign if they are only blocking. But the problem is that now, if the June starts mashing, you've thrown away your frame. So if we, instead of doing this, we give her punish, and we'll give her something. Well, I guess we'll start with, I'm not gonna overpromise here. We'll just say that she wants to jab, right? If I just did this, you know, I would counter hit her, right? But if instead I try to dash and do my jab, I'm getting beat, because if you look at how long that I'm doing my dash for, it's actually the forward, that's like, what is that? 17 frames total, 5 plus 4 plus 8. So we've completely thrown away, our advantage there. Shadix, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, that's like the idea here, is that, yes, you can dash and delay to realign in these situations, but now you've thrown away the frame advantage. So it is useful to know which of these still work with the frame advantage. So, cool. So we've done jab. Let's do, and we'll just say down to, like, I guess we'll acknowledge the down 2 with in both cases here. D2 with both or something. Now let's do a back 1 on block, right? So what about back 1 on block? Back, clean with, and if they go the other way, also, yeah. So with both, right? D2, H, side step right. Because if they go to the right here and we down 2 should catch them nice and clean. But they'll still whiff on the left, because down 2 is pretty much get step by side step left in all situations. It's pretty straightforward. Now let's look at this. So down 2 works on hatchet, obviously. But you'll notice that down 4-2 is actually hitting them anyway, right? This is pretty good. So hatchet. And let's see how they do on the weak side, because the weak side is kind of where we're getting into the, like, okay, I do this into down 2, and they've stepped me, right? But down 2 actually covers this. Down 4-2 covers this, which is pretty great, because this is, and I'm trying these at multiple different, like, distances. You see, I try to do, like, the tip range, a mid range. This is pretty much tip range, and these are all hitting, right? So that's pretty great. So it actually hits both. Perfect. And then the last one, maybe second to last one, perhaps, is I want to check just standing. Oh, no wonder this is so gross. It's because I have a bunch of spaces in here. Let's do a standing so that she just gets hit. So what I'm thinking about here is, like, okay, I do down 4-2 into down 2 and it misses, right? And if I do down 4-2 into down 4-2, it also misses. You'd have to catch it with something fast, like a jab. Jabs can catch side step to the left. So let's try down 4-2 on hit. And so we whiffed to that side, and weirdly enough, she can't go to the right. Weirdly enough, so this one's actually kind of bizarre, very weird. And maybe I should get consistent here, because I think for the other time that I did it, I had a whiff side step left first. So whiff side step left, hit side step right. So cool, not bad. Is there anything else that we want to check here? Maybe, and also, is there a way for me to align this to the left? Yeah, I can align it to the left. Let's do this. This is probably a little bit easier. So the last one that I can think of is, like, we've done jab, we've done back 1, we've done hatchet, and we've done the actual down 4-2. I think specifically down 2 being +8, we don't have to worry too much about it, but you can kind of see that being +8, you can pretty much hit them with anything. I mean, heck, jet upper is supposed to whiff, and if they sidestep there, they'll just get caught by jet upper, right? So that's fine. Up 4-2-2-2, like, so we're only checking for now what does down 4-2 miss and catch, yeah. But Jinzo, I think what you're saying is, like, okay, after down 4-2, can I catch them going to the left? with up forward 222? The answer is probably yes, because up forward 222 does track that way. The issue is that if they sidestep block, there isn't... I do not think this is a hit confirmable move. My bad, that's the wrong one. I don't think this is hit confirmable, so you are risking death in doing this. Of course she's gonna sidestep afterwards, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if we do this, you're launched if they're sharp about it. So you are throwing out a launch punishable move in that situation. So, it still works though. It works. Knowing it's there, it's good, but it is something to keep in mind. Okay, so, but jab would also catch it. For the sake of the argument, jab catches sidestep left. So if you ever catch someone going to the left and you have no idea what to do, you can use jab. The reason we're trying to find ways to fit our down 4-2 in is that down 4-2 has a stronger mind game to it. Jab is either your +1 on block or your +8 on hit, and there's nothing past that. They're either going to block when they get hit most of the time, or they're going to possibly challenge when they block it. Whereas down 4-2 has this whole mind game behind it where you can extend it, you can do this. Even after this, if they jab, you can go this into sidestep and do the Jemmy situation. It's pretty scary. How's it going, RTs? Good to see you again. So these are all the ideas that are kind of going through my head about this move. I'm thinking if there's any other specific situation that I want to like look into. Probably not, because these have already have a crouch cancel in them, so that doesn't quite matter. Yeah, I think that's enough. So with that being said, we'll leave this up for a second, or I guess it's been up for a while, so we can actually take it away, and then we'll jump into some games. And I have my June set to some defensive practice in the meantime. A little slow on that. Those down 4-2s are going to take a second. Oh man, even if you miss it, do it slow. Even if I miss that back one, we'll do it slow. Wrong punish. Cool. Let's try this one.
Get ready for the next battle.
So how are we going to apply this? We have an Anna. Anna's very aggressive, so that's already kind of scary. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to lead with certain pros. We still have our down 4s, our jabs, our down back 3s, the same stuff we always do, our down 2s. But we're going to observe how do they react to each of these, right? Oh, that's crazy. Alright, we're just going hard, that's fine. Immediately after, as soon as I get a hit on them, she immediately goes into a power crush type move, right? So that's something to keep in mind. This is crunchy. All right, take our time here. This is very crunchy. We're not going to actually be able to play this. You see there's 100 milliseconds, but it's oscillating. What do they do here? Press. Take our time here. Oh, that's plus. Taking my time. She whiffed and goes into a power crush. Nice. Nice, okay. This is a little bit hard, but we will still get there. I'm gonna start with just blocking. And whenever we take our turn back, I'm going to use a low because there's so many power crushes like that happening. Okay. Taking my time here. Go for this throw. Oh, nice. But you'll notice that I think that given that it's going to be either a high crush move or a power crush or something, I think down fours are a pretty good, like, continuation here. Oh no. We're dead. I ducked. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. That's alright. That's totally fine. Like I said, though, connection is whack, so we will have to leave this one. But that's alright.
Get ready for the next battle.
And maybe this is my fault, but I just restarted my computer, so I don't think it is. Not this time, at least. Alright, let's see if this one's any better. And I think I'm back at the point where I've learned my lesson on Wi-Fi, so I'll probably stop accepting them for a bit. Alright, we have a Paul. Things to think about with Paul, right? It's like, when do they like to shoulder? At what point are they going to shoulder, right? So you're just kind of taking your time. Nice. Good punish. What happens here? Nothing. Good side set. Good punish. They let us do that. Good side set. So this is why one of the dangers of throwing out down 4-2s in open is that it's very linear, right? Nice low parry. Nice. This person plays wild. I like their style, but it's kind of crazy. What? Nice. Good stuff. What? That's crazy. But you'll notice they're still mostly blocking. That's alright. Going for like a lot of mids here. That's fine. Nice. Fighting back. I like it. What? This person's defense is crazy. They do choose whether or not they're going to challenge very quickly. I don't know if that means anything. I'm not sure if that means anything. Hungul, good to see you. I don't want to give him space to do that. Oops. Oops. Okay. They caught us. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I don't die with heat. And they do respect these down 4-2s a lot, even in that situation. So I think we can start fitting in some greedy like lows in here. Okay, nice. Give me a second here to like get away from him. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the taunt again, and they gave us the tech roll. Nice. Cool. We somehow managed to get through that, and part of that was because we were observing what they were doing, and we were trying to see if we couldn't, like, figure out which of my pokes could I have used, right? They were ducking a lot after down 2 or mashing, And then they were just respecting the down 4-2s, right? Wow. Alright, I don't have time to do a 4-3 there. Maybe I can 1-2-4 there actually, but there might be a high crush to it. I wonder how what that move does. Okay. And they duck a lot, so I'm kind of lowering my low frequency here. And notice they're pressing a lot all of a sudden. Okay. Nice. Give him some distance. Even doing the down 2 there. Nice. That was good though. Good stuff. Nice use of their power crush there. Now I'm trying to establish that distance. Not very well though. I'm starting to just throw against this down forward 1 series. Nice. Stand on the ground.
Round 4. Fight.
Good punish. And you can tell these down 2s, we're using them a lot because this is the move that they don't like, right? And they always get up crouching. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but these down forward 1s are just like winning the game every time. Nice. I'm gonna get up this time. Didn't work. It's alright. Nice. Nice. Bit hairy, to be honest. I'm not going to act like we, cleanly won that. But I think kind of identifying that, okay, these down 2s were what was really like messing with this opponent, right? They weren't trying to step us. They were just trying to fight back. And because of that, the down 4-2s, while good, we used them some, right? We found ways to fit them in, but the down 2s were too much mileage. Vic Twain, they were blocking quite a bit, but they also were mashing quite a bit.
Get ready for the next battle.
I don't know. I think they should have stepped more. I think they should have tried stepping because Bryan's very linear, and they didn't step at all. So figuring out how to whiff that move is going to be very hard. That's crazy. Okay. You'll notice that they're trying to get into those slide ranges to like really scare us. So I think I should use a 3+4 every now and then to keep that out. Sure. Nice. Whoops. Alright. Still giving some time. Good duck. They like to, you notice, I've seen this twice now, since the first round. They like that while standing move. So we have to be wary of that. They'll use like down jabs and stuff and immediately go into that. Oh, that's great. not in time. See, again, waking up with that move. I think that's a mid-high. I think it's a mid-high, so I'm gonna start looking for that when they're tech rolling. And they're staying on the ground here. Let's see if they tech roll it. Oh, they straight up did not stay on the ground. Nice. Don't forget to finish with the incinerator. You'll notice that my down 4-2s are not really coming out, so let's try and use them a little bit more. They're just blocking, that's fine. Still pretty patient on these down 4-2s. What if I hatch it? Okay, you're low parrying. Sure. Sure. Does that break? No. Do another and another. And you'll notice they want to block so much, now these down 4-2s kind of become scary. Plus you can't parry it. We are kind of trying to push this into a situation where we can force these down 4-2s to see why it's good, right? Oops. It's supposed to be quarter circle back one. I think I would have died anyway. How's it going, Natashi? Give me some distance here. Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, I'm freaking dead. No, my launch! My launch! He's always leading after, like, that situation with the down forward 1. This one. So we can actually sidestep that to the left. Notice he's starting to press a lot more. Good punish. Oh, the Lee special. Nice low parry again. Bryan is the way. Nice. I get the feeling I could have blocked that. Ha! You'll notice that they're kind of getting this rhythm now. Got it. Oh, there's the... Whoa, that's a combo! What the heck? Save me, Bryan. Man, that's crazy. He did that from as far down as my down 4. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. But I do think that there is a, what do you call it? A window here for that move where we can start kind of fighting back a bit. Notice we're still using these mids. We're going to start going for the taunt every time. Pretty much. I'll do a down back 3 here, though. That's hilarious. Okay. Give him some space here. Whoa! Do you see him go under my forward 3? What the heck? Lee's slippery. Yeah, we're trying to just watch, right? That's kind of the goal here. Wow, he really still wants that that counter. I'll go for a back one here. That's fine. Not what I meant to do, that was a taunt input. We'll take it. Oops. Just go ahead and finish it here. Notice he pressed there. Vic Twin, I mean, it's Lee's identity. We just got lucky there mashing. Nice. I'm gonna go for taunt again. And I missed it. Okay. Oh, that caught me going to the left. Stay on the ground for a second. Oh, I didn't duck. Nice. Teach you how to taunt back 4. Can you taunt standing 3?
Get ready for the next battle.
Practice doing taunt standing 3 without a input. So like doing this. And then from here, that's the exact same frames as back 4. And to get a metronome, practice with the metronome. Set it to you can do like 120 BPM. It's not quite great for back 4. I would set it to like I think it's 16 BPM. And then from there, once you can do that, you just change the 3 into a 4, and you practice doing back 4 in the same frame. And use your, I literally missed it there, but like use your button as what's leading your thing. You're still gonna press the button on the same timing, but you're just trying to match a stick input into it. And that's it. I mean, I can, not consistently, if I turn this bot off. I'm gonna miss it on command though. I haven't done it in a while, so now I'm like a frame too early. There it is. My P2 is a weird one because my P2 taunt jet uppers are very fast, so the speed is right, but my timing's wrong. And honestly, Tashi, if you can't do the other stuff, start with easy stuff. Start with 1-4. Start with 4-1. Like, get used to doing those in real games if you aren't already. If you're already doing it, you know, ignore me. We're kind of playing the keep out game here. After jab, they kind of do nothing or just duck, which is actually a good thing. Whoa, why did that catch me? Dang. Do this. Incinerator is too good. Alright, you see after these 4 threes, they're ducking. Sure. We did a hell sweep. Okay. Sure. It's addictive and it's also just amazing. They are ducking after our down twos. Or even mashing, as you can see. This person's so aggressive now. That was clean. Oh, but they're not dead yet. Okay. And we got him. They're just mashing like crazy, so we're just starting to simplify what we're doing because I don't need to overthink it at this point. They are mashing like crazy. Down 2, down 4 one's not bad. I like looping it because there's a certain like tilt factor to doing 2 down 2s in the row. Okay, now they're mashing, I think. Okay. Give them some space here. Good duck. What's crazy is that they want to play small Tekken too. You notice them going jab, 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 and I'm getting hit by all of them. Good ducks. Whoops. Nice. Bryan privilege. This person's blocks are insane. They are insane. What I'm trying to do is now open them up with 4-3s. Okay. Nice. They're mashing. It's actually kind of impressive. They're making a very good job of just like, you're gonna press here, you're gonna press there. I think I could step actually as part of my offense. I think that would be pretty reasonable here. Let's see if that works. Nice, good punish. Okay. And now that they're standing half the time, blocking half the time, I do think down for one's not bad after down 2. Wow. Eventually it'll work. We just have to believe if they're not cheating, which they're not cheating. Woo! No respect for our jabs, which is actually kind of great. We can do something out of that, I think. Jeez, these ducks and stuff are crazy. What the heck? Their awareness is so good. We're getting clapped. I'm getting destroyed all of a sudden. Let's try and pay attention to what's going on. Wait a second. You see him duck there? That's crazy. I'm getting creeped out. Maybe they're just that good, but all of a sudden I've gotten suspicious. All of a sudden I've gotten suspicious. It's just one time. It's just one time, but... If that is what we thought we saw, to be perfectly honest, I think if you want good competition, you go to your locals. So I'm not that butthurt about it. I'm just, I went from this is very, very, very solid to, wait, what the hell's going on? At that point. Plus, I was starting to delay my lows and stuff. Alright, we have a law. We want to give him more space than we want to get in his face. But these down 4-2s are still pretty good. Notice they're actually trying to play kind of further away. Alright, after that down 2 they pressed. And I got in trouble for going with a down 4-2 afterwards and getting launched as a result. Their back was to the wall. So that's something to keep in mind. But, you know. Nice. I'll take some distance here. And I'm going to kind of like work. Oh, nice. I was going to say, I'm going to work on getting my down 4-2s, like down 4s rather, fit in here. That was sick. Sure. Nice. These incinerators are just, man, doing work. Taking my time here. I know he's going to do some kind of, oops. I know he's going to do some kind of keep out move here, so I want to be very wary of it because it's actually minus 13, those nunchucks. Ooh, that was lucky. Okay, what are you going to do here? Oh man, we didn't get there. Now his nunchucks are safe. He actually blocked there after the down 2, even though he mashed the previous time. Good to know. Nice. That's crazy. I knew the slide was coming too. Damn. Oh yeah, Incinerator just is so good in this game. Whoops. Supposed to be quarter second back 1. Sure. Nice punish! This is all fine. Did not quite get what I thought I was going to get. Nice. Mustang, you think all laws are cheaters? Law can be, it's quite manageable once you know what you're doing. This person's doing some pretty good, oops. This person's doing some pretty good, spacing and stuff. They're not actually ducking that much, something to keep in mind. Oh no! Does that work? No. Nice! Down 2 on blocks minus 2, Itachi. It is insane. Not to mention you have a counter hit follow-up. So, like, even if they're mashing, you know, you get a whole combo on them, right? But if you're like intentionally chaining it into other pressure, you can only use a couple of moves anyway to fight back on it. Go for this throw, get him back to the wall here. Oh my god! Oh my god, Bryan! They pressed after this. I don't know if you saw. So I went for that while saying 3. Okay. I think they've been staying on the ground. Actually, they just straight up got up there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This wall pressure is really throwing them off. And notice because they were pressing after those down back 3s, I've started using them with more extensions. Nice. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, top character. So good. Look at this wall-to-wall nonsense. What the heck? What in the heck?
Get ready for the next battle.
My mind is blown. Bryan's heat moves are insane. I'm not gonna act like they're not. Once you have heat, you better use the crap out of it. And I think that's why people like Knee have stopped. Knee has stopped like heat bursting in his combos. I think because he'd rather just get a artificial. Like let's use what do you call it? This combo as an example, and I'm going to turn off matching for this, like this, right? What you see me do all the time is this. And this is so that I can get clean wall carry to get them all the way to the wall, right? Look at that wall carry. That's insane, right? Knee is way more chill with it, so he does... It just gets a Snake Eyes install. Because I think he wants to get that free install, right? And then like do something like ridiculous like this one time, and then later he's gonna get the full heat whenever he lands something like this. I think that's sort of where he's almost, greedy is like a weird thing to say to me because I don't, but like in the point being that he wants to get like that maximum value of Snake Eyes and heat on Bryan. Even though Bryan is a weak heat character, Snake Eyes is a busted move. So I think that's busted state. So I think that's the reasoning, is like you want to get as many Snake Eyes charges as you can in his mind, which is why he's doing that, is my guess. Gate, are there any good current Bryan guides aside from my weekend streams? I mean, Peter Mao's guides are still really good, to be honest. I think Ty also has some pretty good ones. The thing is, Bryan as a character, from 7 to 8, Bryan as a character has gained quarter circle back 1, he's gained quarter circle back 1, and he's gained his Snake Eyes moves. His Snake Eyes moves are pretty easy to understand. You just go, this move is busted, and you only get Mach Punch unless you have Snake Eyes. That's it. That's the only thing that's really changed from game to game, and the fact that this exists, right? But the fact that a Power Crush exists, you should know how to use a Power Crush. It's a mid Power Crush. It's -13. It's really good, right? So I think that the guides that talk about Bryan's flow of using 3+4 as his keep out move, now you can add quarter circle back 1 to that mix, using Mach Kick as his space controlling move, and then the guides that'll talk about, like me, that are talking about, like, use your down back 3s and your down 4s to set up, like, all of that is still pretty relevant, to be perfectly honest. All the taunt guides are the same. Like, he hasn't changed too much, to be honest. What does he do here? He comes in. You see that? But he actually does nothing after this down 4. What happens if I down 4 and come in? He holds his ground. Okay. Nice. Whoa. I forget that that move is plus. But a lot of Bryan is just kind of opening your eyes and seeing, like, what do they like to do? Start with one move. Right? Start with one move. He ducked there anyway. Nice lipper. And then he ducked the second time. So this guy's looking for it, right? Nice. I need to get a little bit slower on these approaches because they're not actually that aggressive. You can already tell from round one. Nice. Interesting. Ooh, I'm freaking dead. I used a hatchet there into a mock kick to try and keep them from moving, and they actually pressed. Bit of a mistake there. Good punish. Oh, no wall. I'm gonna get my own. I don't think I can kill here, so I'm gonna go for this. Thanks so much, Tashi. Oh, Shin, did I say hi to you? Good to see you, Shin. Again, pretty emphatic about stopping these lows. Oh my gosh, that was sick. That was not what I meant to do, but it looks sick. Go for this throw. Notice we're using a lot of incinerator. Oh, nice. I might be really close to dead, given that's law. I'm a little scared. Oh my gosh. Woo, he went for it. That's right.
Round one. Fight.
Notice, second time in a row that I've done a jab, and they actually did a duck, right? Whoa, that's some task shit. Nice. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a lot of side step right duck, because that's actually quite good against law. It's something that I've practiced. But he has certain things like down 4-2 that will destroy us for it. Oh, I didn't have enough room there. Like that, he loves to use, while standing 4 on law, you gotta step that. Because it's so plus. Good punish. Oh, nice throw. Oh, wow. Nice. That was a pretty cool character. Yeah, he's like, don't try that on me again. Man, I like his style because it's like he knows that he punished it the first time, so that I'm not gonna go for it the second time, and then he challenges the second time. Nice. Getting kind of destroyed the second game. Cool combo. Cool combo. Very sick. But I think we can now, because this is sort of what they're paying attention to, right? We got to open up our timing now. This is an opportunity for us to, we're doing all of this stuff, we're going to open our timing up a bit. What that means is I'm going to get into his face now and start slowing things down just a little bit. You can tell I'm not super great at it. I still get launched eventually. I got to learn how to turn the brakes off. Because the way you beat this is you just mash. Which is what we want them to do, right? Oh, I didn't block in time. They're not quite mashing yet. Now they are, you're right. Oh, shoot. They are mashing some now, but that's alright. This is what we wanted them to do. Good step, though. Okay. So notice, like, we gotta speed up and slow down, right? I'll just block here. Go for this. Go for a 4-3 into a down 2. And then we'll do another one here. If we get the chance. Okay. What a crazy move. Sure. Good duck! What the heck? Wow. That's very aware. Oh, nice. Nice. I went for a low parry there. What? Nice. We got destroyed, to be honest. So what could I have done better? This question. What could I have done better in that matchup? Because I know the matchup. We didn't lose too many punishable situations that I'm aware of. We just got outplayed. So, kind of an interesting question. I think that we had an idea there by slowing things down a little bit, right? And we just needed to maybe get a little bit better at going back and forth between that, like practicing that a bit more because we had the opportunity to. More back one. They're stepping a lot, but maybe. I'm not going to say no. Yeah, back one is a move that goes from good to terrible, back to I know why this move is here again. But you're right. I think we could have done something like, it's like something crazy like this into a back one, and that might have been what we needed. Jab forward 3 mecha. That might have been good. On hit. Yeah. I understood. Oh my god, wrong punish. Wrong, well, slow punish.
Get ready for the next battle.
We played this Lee earlier, right?
Round
Maybe.
1.
I'm gonna give him space, even though it's Lee. Notice that I'm trying to punish him for like just ducking my face from that distance. I don't want him to do that. No one expects the jab trap. I mean, the jab trap is so good, right? Once you're on block, you need to know what to do when they block, though. What the hell am I doing? Nice. right. Laser launch. He's gone for that. Yeah, the last time we played them, they went for the jab after the 4th hit. Oh. So we got to be aware that's kind of what they want to do. Nice. Cool. So we'll keep that in mind. We probably should finish the... Oh, nice. Okay, the parries are out. Get him to the wall. Nice. This is a situation where I want the charge. Here he's pressing? Nope. Nice. Well, we got out of jail free there. Go for this throw. You went for it again. Well, how? I guess I can just duck. Oh, you know what? He's pressing with the intention of being jailed so that as soon as I stop, he presses. That's actually pretty sick, but I think I can duck that. Oh no! my punish was slow. That's fine. But what we can do here now is I think go for this. Okay. Oh, nice. I think we might be dead. I was trying a little bit too hard to get my incinerator to come out. And I do not have time to duck that, so, okay. At least I'm not doing it right. I held down back. I was gonna say, that's a pretty risky Oki otherwise, but it's probably guaranteed. Let's see. They do this thing. It's their favorite thing to do. Whoops. Nice. Back 3, back 4, whatever that is. The bane of my existence in this matchup. I did not know you could step that to the right. He didn't actually go for the jab there. Interesting. What the heck? What a genius. I tried to duck there, see, and I think that's maybe the risk of doing that. What the heck? We scammed them. Got him with the classic. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and back up a bit here. This is something they've been doing. It's like once they get kind of frustrated, they start doing these parries. There's that down for one situation he likes to do. Oops. Now we're just doing a lot of lows because we realize that this person is just standing there and taking them. Ooh. Nice. These down for ones are actually quite good for taking the round back, taking these like final round situations. Oh, man, I'm not launching his slide correctly because I keep thinking it's a law slide. Get him to the wall here. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, I'm getting destroyed by that. Okay. So he does this into something. Maybe I can sidestep right duck because I think that puts him into Hitman stance. Ducking it from that distance again. Oh, good. I'm kind of playing with my spacings right now, and I'm getting beat out by a lot of them, a lot of his moves. I'm trying to see if I can do like a 3+4 in certain situations. And I couldn't duck that one either, so I think I should just stop trying. Okay. Sure. I could have finished it. I instead went for the second down two. Nice. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, I messed up my duck. I had the right idea, though, I think. I think I had the right idea, but I should have held the duck for longer. Got it. Good to know.
Get ready for the next battle.
Good to know. I am trying to figure out how to use more of these down 4-2s, and I'm realizing that a lot of it is just we have to maybe slow down a little bit. Like, let a down 4-2 rip, and then just be like, what are you going to do? You know, play slower, maybe? Because I've noticed myself playing, you know, super, super fast. And maybe the best way to make these types of, like, mids work is to slow down a little bit. Let's try slowing down the next round, next game. Is this the same player? Okay, so we get to try to get them. We are already kind of many layers deep on this, but might as well keep trying it. Kind of just waiting there, right? Oops. Yeah, see, we're okay to do the mid and do nothing. Ooh, power crush into power crush? Go for this throw. Just go for this, and then give myself some space. DeWarrior, good to see you. Doing okay. I'm trying to figure out how to use my mids better. That's minus 14 for you Bryan players out there. Maybe it's minus 15 though. Wow, nice stuff. Nice. These lows are coming out like crazy. Yeah, we know we can kill him with that mid, so. Just back up here. Oh my gosh. The back three getting us. Alright, went for the duck. Nice. Nice. Good stuff. They destroyed us there. But I think we have a few reactions that we can use here. Like, I don't know how the hell to punish that. I guess like that. Low parry, nice. Fakurom's been in struggle? Really? Why is Fakuram... I mean, Fakuram, every time I've played against him, has felt very reasonable. So maybe that's why. But, like, he's got long limbs. He's got some cool low, but he's got a lot of risk associated with him. If your opponent's, like, on point with their punishments and stuff. I'll try the knee strategy here. Sure. Oh, I didn't break it. Good stuff. Oh my god, that's so sick! Oh, gotcha. You didn't mess with them in Tekken 7. I see. Oops, I got launched. Well, some of it might just be like, your second character is sometimes harder to learn than the first. Notice though, after this down 4-2 on hit, lows, right? So maybe we can loop the situation twice. I wonder if I can... I've got to be able to... the homing options is probably mashable. Okay. We got to figure out how to get those down 4-2s to come out, for sure. I'm just gonna finish it. Whoops. Nice. I don't actually think they're gonna nerf him by much. The problem is they don't have... I don't think they have the play data to, like, back it up. Okay. But I also think you should play him because you like him, not because you think he's strong. Oh shoot, I'm done. Oh my god, my Jut Upper again! I'm such a trash player! We're making these down 4-2s work now. We're making these down 4-2s work. Like, the down 4-2s are mainly there. Like, a lot of Bryan's mid pokes, because of the counter hit extensions, kind of no different than another character's down 4-1. You want to find ways to loop it, right? So figuring out, okay, after that first down 4-2, they tend to duck or something, you know. Like, now you do a second one, or maybe then you do a really slow counter hit on it, you know? How's it going, maybe Div? Learned my lesson on these for today. Oh my gosh. I'm doing okay. I'm trying to get better at using my mid pokes here. And I'm taking a lot of losses as a result, trying to like figure out what I can get away with. Oh, it's slow. We'll do that slow too. Nope, not the back one. That's a jet upper. We'll get here eventually. That one's even worse, y'all. Yeah, certain characters like Fang, they just get, and even Steve, Deviljin, a lot of them sometimes just get completely reworked how they work, how they behave. And it's always kind of sad when that happens. You're like, well, do I change to the new character? No respect for that jab, that's okay. Okay. We'll fight back here. Use my privilege a little bit. Use that snake eyes to get away. Now we have space. I don't know if this is actually going to be clean. It was. Okay. Nice. We Bryan'd him. Yeah, Heihachi also just got completely changed. Good step. Good to keep in mind that she can do that. This means that they may like to step. Or they just know Bryan is linear. Okay. Why did I back one? I'm an idiot. Why did I back one? I'm gonna sidewalk right just to see what would happen. Oh my gosh. Definitely running through their stuff. Go for this throw here, just to keep them honest. We're trying to lock down her options here. That's fine. Notice that I'm kind of just letting her run through her stuff. Oh, it's so messed up. So messed up. Bryan, basically on the altar of speed, basically by Bryan having no speed, he gets all these crazy moves. But you can get just like completely smothered in these types of situations. Which I'm not saying that makes him balanced or something, but just saying that that's sort of the risk that's there with playing him, is that sometimes he has trouble just getting out from I'm range 0 in your face pressing, right? Oh, I couldn't go that way. Quarter circle back 1 is a 16 frame move. I'm dead. It is a 16 frame move because you have to, so if your best panic move is 16 frames. Like, compare 16 frames, try to use quarter circle back 1 to like a Steve back 1, right? I'm not saying that, oh, it's slow, but I am saying that, it's slower. And you have to have an insanely fast quarter circle back 1 for that to even work, right? Well, yes, the range is good. But I just said that he struggles at range 0. Right? Because his best moves have good range, right? So when you're under pressure, do you sometimes just like let rip quarter circle back 1 like here? Good block. But if your best like panic moves are 16 frames, right, and they don't have evasion to them, right, hop kicks can come out at like 13 frames, right? I'm not telling y'all that Bryan's like not good. But I'm saying that Bryan does struggle sometimes. If he's going to struggle, he struggles with really fast characters in his face, right? That's why everyone thinks Steve is a bad matchup for him. Wow, I suck. I really suck. I'm dead. What, that Bryan's actually a good matchup for Steve? Or like Bryan has a good matchup against Steve? Tone also says the same thing. A lot of people don't think it's a good matchup because you need to be able to deal with the speed difference. Personally, because I interact more with Tone, I do believe what he says, where he thinks that it's a good matchup. The new Power Crush is very good. I need to use him more. And I think if they're going to do anything to nerf him, they need to take away his Power Crush, because that's the most, like, egregious, took away his identity type move, in my opinion. Let's see what I can do here. I'm just going to finish it here. Give them that space. Make him minus 14. Yeah, that'd be nice. Or make him minus 15. Make it launch. Make him die for being wrong. Make him die against the entire cast for being wrong. Aren't there minus 15 Power Crushes in this game? Dragunov, right? Dragunov has a Power Crush this launch. Is it minus 14? You can launch Dragunov's Power Crush. The shoulder? Oh, okay. Well, okay, I take it back. In that case, I thought tons of characters had minus 14 Power Crushes this whole time because I was launching them. I am a filthy Bryan main that doesn't know actual frames. I just think everything's minus 15, or minus 14 rather. Nice. Take my... We're trying to use that move this whole time. Nice. Yeah, I think every Power Crush in the game is launched because I played Bryan. No wonder I suck at other characters. I'm probably trying... Ooh, that was sick. They're trying to... I'm trying to launch things that only Bryan can launch. But yeah, at least make it minus 14. Okay.
Round 3. Fight.
We're not gonna spend our heat here. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Nice. Maybe does ChatGPT have good frames on a Tekken? I didn't launch it! And I didn't hold back! Oh my god, I suck. Alright. Nice, they got us. Good games. That's pretty cool because I remember asking ChatGPT, the original ChatGPTs, when they first came out, and they didn't have, like, I was like, oh, like, give me one of Bryan's best moves, and he told me it was, like, electric, you know? It's, like, kind of funny. Pretty funny stuff. Okay, do we need to pause and talk about this?
Next battle.
Do we need to talk about this? In my definition, let's use, June even has a panic move. June has a panic move. Like, let's talk about a panic move, okay? We'll do standing block, punish. And I think it's even on here, probably. Is it? Ugh, where is it? Okay, it's not actually on here, so we'll do it. We'll record it. Okay, that's, oops. Shoot. Let's do it again. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So, like, look at this situation, right? If she's not punishing, right? If she's just blocking, or just standing or whatever, like, you know, you're in a situation where you're +4. And I need to turn off matchmaking. If I come in here, I'm +4, I can theoretically, right, pressure my opponent, right? I can do a mid-low mix-up, and I can start getting bigger if my opponent's only blocking. I can mix it between orbital, I can mix it between orbital, and I can mix it between hatchet, you know? But if we start turning on the panicking, look at all these options, right? Down 4, launched. Jab works. Down 4-2 works. What about forward 3? Forward 3 works. What about hatchet? I've been launched. What about 3+4? 3+4 works. What about another back one? No, I've been launched. Like, it doesn't beat everything, right? If I go for throw, actually, I think it's okay. If I go for mock kick, no. Maybe I did it slow. Okay, I did it slow. 1+2. That works. You can see that panic moves have their weaknesses, but the problem with a panic move is that they force you into a certain, like, very narrow set of options of how you're going to deal with it. And this is, we're talking about from a +4 situation, right? What if I do jab, right? If I do jab into any of these moves, all of a sudden I've been launched, right? The only one that isn't is forward 3. But what if I do forward 3 into forward 3? Trade. Like, the point is that this is just a example, right? Forward 2+3. Who's got forward 2+3? With Samsara, yeah, Samsara is another perfect example of a panic move. Like, if we, I don't want to lose these recordings, but like, June's forward 2+3. Let's look at it. Turn that one off. Forward 2+3. This, Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah. So, if we look at this, like, this is 0, right? Granted, it's a high, so you have to be able to launch. What the heck? Alright, if you're really sharp, you can do it. But, yeah, Asuka's got pretty much the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, pretty crazy. So, you have to basically, and you have to be super sharp. So this is what I mean by a panic move. Like, this is a panic move. That you can go, I'm in trouble, and you mash it, right? Though what's really crazy is that with certain moves like Bryan's, let's use the Incinerator String as the example. We encountered this earlier with the lead player, right? We found ourselves in a situation where I was doing this, and what the Lee would do is they would be mashing their jab punish. The idea was that as soon as we let them, because we jail them in a certain way that you cannot accidentally mash out of it. June actually has a really good example of this. If we find the, whichever one is Ford 1+2 or Ford 2 that I had earlier. Let's see, it was called, oh, they're so the same, whoops. I don't remember which one of these recordings it is. It doesn't quite matter. We'll find it. Let's say it's this one, maybe? Nope. So that means it's probably this one. So this move, right? Launchable, obviously. Now we give it the extension, which I don't remember the extension. So is it... what's the extension, y'all? Oh, I did something. Alright, so we'll say that it's that. Oops. Okay, so this move, right? This is a good situation where you can actually option select it. You'll notice that if you look in my side, and you hear, I'm literally mashing here. But I can still block it. So this is a situation, actually, where you could... theoretically, right, I could be mashing my Power Crush. And then eventually it comes out at the end of the string. This to me is what a panic move is, because a panic move, you don't know when is your turn, but you just mash the panic move until it comes out, right? Right, Nojin never does 4-2 alone, that's true. But my point is that there's also no risk in just letting it rip, because it jails you. So there's nothing, you're not going to get accidentally, like hell, let's use this example. I'm going to hold forward. You see I'm holding forward now? And I don't get hit. Because it's a jailing move. So, a panic move is where you can just, like, you know, mash whatever buttons you want, right? So watch this. And I don't get hit, right? So, a panic move is something, to me, is something that you can mash. And then it'll come out whenever. And then you can, from there, you can hopefully just steal your turn back because you don't know what's happening, right? Other examples is Law has down 2-4 as a good example of that. They're not infallible moves, but they are very good. And I think Bryan does have one now in Power Crush. He can just Power Crush now. And I think this needs to be much more punishable because Bryan's not really a character that wants to be panicking like that. And he can use it with his crazy frames to do some pretty busted stuff. In situations where you do like, you know, 1-2-1 into this or something, like you can start doing some really crazy stuff to steal back your turn now as Bryan that I don't think really belongs on the character, which is why I'm like, well, if you're not going to take it away, at least make it super unsafe, right? Yeah, exactly. If you can take your turn back at -9, panic move. I don't think Bryan really has that. But this is pretty damn close. This move's pretty damn close. And saying he has a panic move in 1-2-4, every character's got a jab. So every character can fight back with jab for the same frames. Yeah, Snake Eyes is a weird one because the Snake Eyes Ford 1+2, I think it actually comes active at the same frame of 7. I could be wrong, but I think it's just a lot better. But it does have a really strange, like, I really don't understand the window of it because it doesn't quite behave like a Power Crush, it doesn't quite behave like a Sabaki or a counter. I really don't know what the hell's going on with this move, but I know that it works a lot, right? So that's pretty good. But Bryan is incredibly strong when he has Snake Eyes. That's what people are complaining about in the high level Tekken. They say that his Snake Eyes is absurd. I mean, this string, do you see how many games I won with this string? That string is absurd. Reversal with Power Crush, is that how it works? Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, okay, that makes a lot of sense why that's doing that. But that's essentially, I mean, that's the lecture. Is like, yes, Bryan is so much easier to play in Tekken 8 than he was in Tekken 7. He's got this, he's got his entire Snake Eyes nonsense, which gives him, like, a ton of really strong stuff. But a lot of people have really strong, like, heat-type properties in this game. Bryan being able to get it, you know, literally off of combos is pretty wild, right? Yeah, the fact that they're not touching 2-on-2 is pretty mind-blowing. I would see them tone back his Power Crush if they think lower ranked players are destroying this. I could see them to bring back his identity bit. I could see them toning this string down a lot because it went from never being used to always being used. I could see them... They did already tone down this, which made his wall game just oppressive. So, like, taking this to -9 on block is another one. What's even left? This. This move, I think, is actually... It's very good, but I think it's, got enough weaknesses compared to, say, Incinerator that it's probably in the right place. It is an install move. You have to earn it. Yeah. And removing the uncharged wall splat. Exactly. Like 3 plus 2, you have to charge it now to get the real rewards. I actually think the Mach Punch is fine because you have to earn it and you're choosing to do it over like this, which is already like an insane string. So I think if anything, they touch that one again. But they could deal with this. His down 2 is a little bit pushed, I feel like, in this game. Because being -2 is fine, but being able to push it into this full crouch thing is really weird. You think forward 1 plus 2 is the best Snake Eyes move? It is still linear. That's the reason I don't think it's as good as 2-on-2. I think 2-on-2, I've never been blown up for using Incinerator. It tracks it right a little bit. 2-on-2 just keeps tracking. It, like, they fixed the tracking, but they didn't. If 2-on-2 was as linear as they say it is, if 2-on-2 is as linear as they say it is, then I think that's different. But like, let's use some examples. Like, let's actually just like walk through these situations rather than talk about them hypothetically. So we'll say that we've got this the whole time, right? So now you can. +4, that works. If I do a 4-2-1-2, that gets us. If we make her go side walk, not bad. Still catches. Now if we go to the right, notice how the second hit still tags him. This means they can block it, but it's like, you know, the fact that you still don't die for it, right, is crazy. Same situation. Right, 4-2-1-2 is fully homing. That's what's so crazy about this move, is that alone, you can't get away from that. That's crazy. Like, this is crazy. So I think, like, I've been stepped quite a bit on 4-4-1+2. You just have to have, like, pretty sharp timing to get it right. It's like stepping this, to be honest. See that? That's sick. Like, if you see how she messes up the timing here, like, at this point I can catch her, right? But if I just do it straight out of nowhere, it gets stepped. So it's like, I think it's partially on your opponent to, like, be kind of sharp on the steps, though. Forward 1+2, once it hits or blocks, it's very good. But I do think there's at least some risk associated with it. I think if you just do this into block, you're not in trouble, to be honest. That's why I say this move is just a lot more like, the baseline is way higher, and the ceiling comes down a little bit compared to 4-4-1+2. But I mean, hell, this is the best move if you can land it right. But either way, the point being, Bryan has very good Snake Eyes. I think that they would touch this move maybe if they don't want it to track that much. Yeah. But his down 4-2 is still very linear. His down 2 is crazy. This move is just very good. Down 4 tracking the way it does is kind of insane. The fact that down 4 can be it like do down 4 into down 4 against a Lily that's sidestepping is pretty insane. That's a very, and they did that in a later patch of Tekken 8. But yeah, I mean, like, also, like, everyone else has strong stuff. It's like, yes, he's so much better than Tekken 7, but, like, a lot of the characters are so much better than their Tekken 7 counterparts, right? So, it's really hard to say. And I am in the camp of Bryan may be, you know, really busted, but you don't really see a bunch of people just grabbing Bryan, like you did with, you know, Fang. Is giving that example. People were bellyaching about Fang, and you saw a lot of Fangs being played, and you saw a lot of Leroy's being played, right? Leroy's was the most egregious version of that. Dragunov was being played a bunch at the beginning of Tekken 8, right? Whoops. Whoops. What am I doing? But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm at least waiting to see if everyone starts picking up Bryan, basically. Not as a challenge, but just like out of curiosity, more so. Look at this move. This move is crazy, though. Absolute crazy move. This Bryan is crazy. They're doing a -5 type of situation. So I'm trying not to let him get away with it. Nice. Stay on the ground for a second here. Nice, good stuff. We are in there. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go for this. Whoa! That's fine. We should be dead, though. Oh, I'm not dead? Unbelievable. This dude's why people dislike Bryan now? Well, we're not losing to it. You do have to be ready to punish him, right? Yeah, and maybe that's the complaint. I mean, like, what I'm saying is that I think his power crush is a problem. Nice. A little bit of patience there. I like it. Nice. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I wonder if he did that on purpose. That's kind of cool. Doing a standing 4 into a jet upper. One of the ways to beat this, if you're playing the mirror specifically, is use a lot of 4-3s. Because it does a few things for you, right? Also, this is chugging. This is, I don't know if you see the rollback just going absolutely insane here. Okay. Orbital, sure. Nice. Absolutely chugging. Okay. Oh no, I tried to step and I died. Alright. I will say that the reason probably people don't like Bryan is in this situation, the game's crunching just a little bit, and all of a sudden it becomes really hard to deal with it, right? Because now you're playing coin flip. So you should be able to, like, walk, kind of deal with what's happening. But notice that, like, what we're doing is we're just kind of giving them opportunities to go nuts, right? They are in the air. So now we're dealing with it, right? We're just dealing with it. We notice that they mash after our jabs, so I'm going to do 2 jabs, right? Let's try and see if it works. They go for the down force every time we do a down four, for some reason. Go for this. Just let them do whatever. Whoops! And then we win. Like, that he does 4-1 on down 2-3. I don't hate that. I mean, like, 4-1 is a very good punish. It's when the game is chugging this hard, you want to go with your faster punishes. I would probably do the same. Plus, down for 2-1, like, yes, this is the superior punish, right? Oh, down, sorry, I misread what you said as down 4-2-3. I misread it as down 4-2-3. You're right. Yeah.
For the next battle.
My bad, my bad. Yes. I think they were using it more so as, like, I'm taking my turn back. A few times they did actually do 2-3 in those situations. Notice that I'm, like, having to kind of diffuse the situation a little bit, because I don't want him in my face, right? He's not actually very aggressively trying to get it in, though. Woo! Whoops. We'll take it. That's minus 14. Alright, I'll do it. I wasn't sure. Yeah, a lot about playing the Steve matchup, though, is you're trying to kind of... I think Dr. Pupper put it as bore them to death. That's a bit dumb. The fact that I can just let that rip is kind of crazy. Oh, nice. Good stuff. That's fine. Okay. Oh, he went for it. Nice. Dr. Pupper, the legend. But you'll notice that, like, once he's in our face, it's scary. It's so hard to, like, get that distance once he's chosen to go for that. Nice. Now he's just backing up there. Oops. They do really love their, I can't even set that. That's crazy. But they really love their unblockables after their stances. Nice. Too bad. But you'll notice that I'm trying to deal with this, right? Oops. Alright, they got us. See? It's actually minus 15? Ooh. Yeah, Bryan does struggle once Steve's closed the distance, in my opinion, in my experience with the game. But it's, I think you can run away from him. Okay. Cool. Unfortunate trade, but not bad. That's, we could have punished that. Okay. All of these canned 50-50s are scary. Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening. We're getting there. Don't die with heat. Nice. Again, see, I have 1, 2, 4 there. I go for it, and I will sometimes get just like ducked out of it just from his stances, right? I'm gonna go for it. Alright, I'm dead. I went for the block. The down block. Oh, I thought I broke it. I don't think I did. Nice. I walked in too fast. These walls are killing me. But see, he can go like mid into something that beats out our jab. So it's like, I think it's very tricky. Like, if I had, maybe I should be power crushing though. This is maybe like to chat's point. I should be power crushing a little bit more in these situations, because I have a panic move now. It is a panic move. So let's see if it works. Right? Move's great. I probably should be panic moving, but without that, we have to block and get our way out. Honestly, right? Since we're so close to the end, I'm going to do one more set, assuming this is a good connection.
Get ready for the next battle.
And that's why I agreed to the Wi-Fi finally. Yeah, it is very good. Like, I fully acknowledge that. It's the closest thing he has to a panic these days. Because Orbital will get floated. What is this? Crunch. What is this crunch? I hate it! We probably have to leave after this. It's like random crunch, too. Oh my gosh! I've been dodging Wi-Fi the whole stream except for the first game, and I've again been punished. Nice. Ashka has a pretty bad minus 10 or 10 frame punish, so we can do that a little bit. Oh. Okay. Just go for this throw. gosh, this crunch, I hate it. I'm just trying to, like, follow what's happening. That was my hatchet. I see her doing a lot of these jabs into a lot of slow lows. Just go for this throw. I hate this. Ah! I was not online yesterday, Moyashi. I was incredibly hungover. Okay. Yeah, these crunches are wild. We're gonna go to the wall with this. Or try to get closer to the wall with this. Low parry, nice. What a move! I'm gonna go for Power Crush. It didn't work! You get depressed when I'm not online? I'm so sorry, Moyashi. Are you stateside again, or are you back? Are you still in Japan? Oh man. I hate that that doesn't work. Okay. Oh no! But I thought you weren't a tourist. I thought you were staying there for a bit. Nice. Too much crunch. I know they don't want tourists anymore, but I'm going anyway. I'm gonna go again. Alright, we're gonna go back to standby. That is a slideshow.
Get ready for the next battle.
How's your Japanese though, Moyashi? Okay. I only say that because granted, the last time my wife and I went was a year ago from today. At this point, it was Hokkaido for August 2024. But during that time, we had a pretty pleasant experience. Like, granted, we were in an area where there were no foreigners practically, or it was mostly Korean tourists. It seemed like, but like there were some American tourists and stuff. There were tourists, but it was like a lot less, right? So, but almost in all of those situations, people were really nice to us for the most part. And then when it's obvious they don't want you, you just kind of go somewhere else, right? Granted, in a couple, but, well, I mean, by going to be nice, I mean, like, we had pleasant conversations and all that stuff. We spent a bunch of money, you know. Like, I think, I get it, right? But as long as you're not the stereotypical foreigner, right? People will be really nice to you. I had someone that basically, ironically, it was a cab driver. He wanted me to help validate for him that the Chinese tourists are what sucked. Like, we were like commiserating together the Chinese tourists. So I think, you know, if you're in the right context, that's good. Now, I will say, we are gonna be going on the Golden Route this year to take some of my family there for the first time. I will tell you how the attitudes have changed since the other times I've been there, because I do know that's where it's the worst, right? Like, people hate the Golden Route is terrible, and I am curious to see how badly crowded it is, and also how, like, surly people are about it. Nice. Your new passion is Greece. Wait, isn't your wife Japanese? Is her new passion Greece? Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. I still like the food in Japan too much. I'm just a foodie. I'm starting to slow down a bit against this guy. What I mean is that after my jabs, I noticed them I noticed them like mashing jab after my jab. So what I'm trying to do is like do double jabs. Or like, you know, lock him down in these types of situations to chip him out. Which has been okay. Trying to just like figure out where are you kind of not respecting me and just changing that as quickly as we can, right? And this is how we're dealing with the aggressions. We're just kind of like being observant. Down forward 1 string and a down back 3. I do it sometimes. Usually in round ends though. Notice they're running in after this down 4, so let's do another one. And now he gives us space. Okay. I respect it. Nice, get that. Oh, bad choice. Wait, 214 is -10? Oh my gosh. I didn't forget, I never knew. What the heck? That's insane. For years? Fair enough. I didn't punch it there. I'm sorry. I thought it was safe. We'll get there. We'll get there. He comes in after this. Oh, he sidesteps. Okay. It was a season 2 nerf? Okay. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that I've just been, like, letting this string go for years. Okay. Oh, that's -14. Okay, we'll take it. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that was 2-0. Sick. Sick. Man. Sidestep 2 is also -10 now. Oh, wow. Nerf's coming in. Sidestep 2. I think I know what you're talking about. Wait, are you talking about Demon Ball? You're not talking about Demon Ball. The evasive punch. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it kind of looks like a down 2 out of a sidestep. Okay. Well, what did we learn today? I actually think, even though it's really hard to get these down 4-2s to come out because it's just such a clunky move, I do think that we've kind of gotten into more of this, like, further and further into the mindset of doing pokes and being like, what is your reaction? And then trying to counter it, right? Because really, you're trying to, like, as quickly as possible, put together the pieces of what they're doing, what they're liking to do, and then using that to find the avenue that gives you a counter hit, right? We'll have those situations where it's like they always respect our down 4-2s, but then, and so we can do down 4-2 into down back 3 a bunch of times, but then at some point, as soon as we do the down 2s, they're always ducking or mashing, right? So then the down 2s end up being what we use to open our opponent up. It's not, you know, these are real people on the other end, so not every character is going to play the same way from player to player, and just kind of figuring out, like, what is it that you are reacting to. And even though we came at this from the standpoint of like down 4-2, right? But I think having down 4-2 as the let's try this. How do you react to this? How do you react to down 2? How do you react to machine guns, right? That Jin is a perfect example. The Jin was like super aggressive against our jabs, right? As soon as I do a jab, he's jabbing right back. But as soon as I do machine guns, I can do 4 hits of machine guns and he just stood still, right? And yet the incinerator string, they're trying to duck, they're trying to fight back against the incinerator string. So it's like there's not necessarily logic to it. I think it's probably a recipe of like getting blown up if you kind of make assumptions, right? It's like, bro, I'm so minus, I'm so plus in this situation. There's no way you're gonna mash. I'm going for my frames, right? They may not know, they may not care, they may know that you think that, right? So it's like being able to instead just be like, almost like letting go of the frames and being like, yes, these are my frames, and therefore I can do the X, Y, Z if they're mashing or not is great. But applying it a little bit more like a paintbrush of like, oh, this player likes to do these types of things in these types of situations, so I'm going to adapt my flows to try and catch that, right? I think that's kind of what I'm learning to do. Down 4-2 does have a perfect purpose there. The down 4-2, to be honest, like, it's just yet another counter hit ender, right? And you can stare at down 2 all day, and some players, you do down 2, down 2, down 2, down 2, and then you do down 4-2 extension and then they get caught, right? Or quite the opposite. I think having that mixture is what really makes it such a strong move, is that you're kind of overloading the mental stack is what it's starting to feel like. But that being said, I'll keep working on this. You can tell I've been practicing my June punishment, trying to get better at that. We do need to get better at our punishment in general. I've been working on it on the side. You know, it's slow going, but we're trying. But yeah, I think this is a good enough time as any to do our sign off. So if you're coming from YouTube, be sure and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Really helps us grow. We really love seeing new people show up. And if you ever want to watch it live, it's going to be at twitch.tv/VonTitan. That's VonTiban. We stream Tekken Bryan on Saturdays and Sundays. Usually 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. That first hour would be for labbing or practice or, you know, a match review, something to that effect. And then the next 2 hours are going to be these ranked, structured learning sessions that you just watched today. With that being said, if you didn't catch that, there's a link in our description down below to our schedule, as well as a link to the Discord if you'd like to join our family of players trying to get better at the game together, commiserating and celebrating playing the top 1 character in the game right now. But with that being said, thank you so much. Best of luck using down 4-2. Just remember to keep at it. You're going to lose as you're practicing, but that's okay, because as long as you learn for next time, that's what's important. Experiment, lose, win, whatever, note it for next time. And then eventually you'll get really fast at it. So, thank you so much. Take care. See you in the next video.